If I told you the next 90 days could determine the next 5 years of your life, what would you do? If I told you that right now, while you're lying under a warm blanket, there's another version of you, sharper, stronger, more disciplined, waiting to be born, but that version only shows up if you push through this winter, would you be willing to trade comfort to meet that person? Winter isn't just a season. It's a test. And most students will fail it. They'll say, I'll restart after the holidays. They'll say, new year, new me. They'll say, it's too cold, I'll take today off. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Time does not care how you feel. The semester does not pause because you're tired. Exams do not wait for you to feel motivated. And opportunities don't circle back just because you weren't ready. Winter is the sweetest trap. You sleep in a little longer. You scroll a little more. You watch one more episode. You take one more nap. And the days blur together, not dramatic, not painful, just unproductive. That's how people lose an entire year without even realizing it. Welcome to Times for Growth. Time is gold. If you're here, it means there's still a voice inside you whispering, I can do better than this. And if you want to build the strongest version of yourself with us, hit subscribe right now, because what you're about to hear isn't temporary motivation. It's a declaration of war against procrastination. The next 90 days are not for resting. They're your winter arc. While the world slows down, you accelerate. While others stay under the covers, you get up in silence. While they blame the weather, you build systems. This isn't about intelligence. Most students don't fall behind because they lack IQ. They fall behind because they lack structure. They chase motivation instead of designing discipline. They wait for the perfect mood, the perfect playlist, the perfect setup. But perfect is just another word for procrastination. Winter plays a psychological trick on you. The days get shorter, the sunlight fades, energy drops, everything feels slower. And that slowdown creates a gap. A gap between you and everyone else. If everyone around you studies 0 hours today and you study 3, you're not just 3 hours ahead. You're ahead in momentum. And momentum, once built, pulls you forward even on days you don't feel like moving. Here's the dangerous part. Laziness builds momentum too. One missed day feels harmless. 2 days make it harder to return. 3 days become a pattern. And suddenly it's next month. And you're stuck in the same guilt cycle, promising yourself you'll start again. But you don't need a fresh start. You need a decision. Winter arc isn't a trend. It's a quiet 90-day commitment. No announcements, no Instagram stories, no public validation, just you, your desk, and your honesty. Start with the simplest thing, your wake-up time. You don't need to wake up at 5 a.m. if you hate it. Discipline isn't about extremes. It's about consistency. 7, 8. Choose a time that fits your schedule and protect it like it's sacred. When you wake up at the same time every day, you send a message to your brain, I keep promises to myself. That's where real confidence is built. Then create your golden hour. 1 hour every morning before you touch your phone. Before the world floods your mind. Give that hour to your most important subject. Deep focus. No distractions. One clean, powerful hour. You'll be surprised how much stronger that single hour feels compared to 3 scattered hours later in the day. Your phone is the invisible thief of winter. When it's cold outside and you spend more time indoors, your screen becomes your escape. But the more you scroll, the emptier you feel. Set strict limits. Delete the apps if you have to. Block the websites. You're not missing out on anything important. The internet will still be there in 90 days. But this window to transform yourself won't. Every Sunday, sit in silence and ask yourself, what did I actually learn this week? Not how long did I sit at my desk? Not how many pages did I flip? What did I truly understand? And what slowed me down? Reflection turns experience into wisdom. Without it, you just repeat patterns. End each day with a small ritual. Lay out your books. Write down tomorrow's plan. Go to bed 30 minutes earlier. These actions may seem minor, but they are promises to your future self. You don't need to overhaul your life in 1 week. You just need to improve something every single day. Study 30 minutes longer. Read 1 extra page. Solve 1 harder problem. Small wins compound like snowfall. 1 snowflake means nothing. 90 days later, You're standing on a mountain. There will be a dangerous phase around week 4 or 5. The excitement fades. The routine feels boring. You miss one session, then another. Guilt creeps in. This is where 90% quit. They think, maybe this isn't for me. But every transformation has a boring middle. Growth is rarely dramatic. It's repetitive. It's quiet. It's disciplined. If you push through that dip, something shifts. Discipline stops feeling forced. It becomes identity. You no longer ask, do I feel like studying today? You simply study. No internal debate. No emotional negotiation. Winter also brings isolation. Less sunlight. Fewer hangouts. More time alone. For many, that feels depressing. For you, it's an opportunity. Solitude builds self-awareness. Self-awareness builds clarity. Ask yourself, where do I want to be 1 year from now? What grades? What skills? What level of confidence? And what do I need to let go of to get there? Maybe you need to let go of constant scrolling. Maybe you need to let go of friends who pull you down. Maybe you need to let go of the average version of yourself. Rebirth doesn't happen in noise. It happens in silence. Now imagine April or May. Finals are close. Group chats are exploding. Everyone is panicking, cramming, pulling all-nighters. But not you. You're calm. You built your foundation during winter when nobody was watching. You stacked hours quietly. You mastered focus while others chased motivation. You don't need to prove anything. Your preparation speaks for itself. And the most powerful part isn't just your grades. It's who you became in those 90 days. Someone who keeps promises. Someone who shows up without waiting for motivation. Someone who refuses to be controlled by mood, weather, or comfort. If you can conquer your mind in winter, you can conquer anything. The moment you stop asking, do I want to? And start saying, it's time, you enter a different league. The next 90 days give you 2 choices. Option 1. Stay the same. Wait for inspiration. Wait for January. Wait for the right time. Repeat the same cycle of guilt and regret. Option 2. Start today. No announcement. No drama. Just a clear decision. I'm taking my future seriously. Don't post your journey. Don't tell everyone. Let your growth stay silent. The strongest people don't need an audience. When spring comes, the world will see a version of you that even you barely recognize. Not because you changed overnight, but because you refused to sleep through 90 nights in a row. And when someone says, I'll start after winter, you'll smile quietly. Because you already did. Now here's something I want you to think about, and I want you to answer in the comments. If the next 90 days pass, who do you want to become? A. The person who keeps procrastinating, waiting for motivation and hoping things improve on their own. B. The person who builds discipline in silence and walks into exams with confidence. Comment A or B. Not for me. For you. Your winter arc begins with that decision.